Kaylee Cuoco and Sam Claflin star in the MGM Plus original series, Vanished. When the man Alice loves disappears on a train to the south of France, every romantic memory becomes evidence. Every intimate detail, a potential threat. She thought she knew everything about him, but she may not even know his real name. New episode Sunday on MGM Plus. Finding the truth is a dangerous affair.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me? Taxi! Okay, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Would and should the U.S. actually commit U.S. troops to defend Taiwan if China were to move?
I think that this is such a, I think that this is of course a very long-standing policy of the United States. And I think what we are hoping for is that we want to make sure that we never get to that point, and we want to make sure that we are moving in all of our economic research and our global positions to avoid any such confrontation and for that question to even arise.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a graduate of the Kamala Harris School of Word Salads, that is New York Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez at the Munich Security Summit, where she is trying to prove indeed that she has foreign policy credentials. We have another one from we have a few more, I think, from AOC, and also Gavin Newsom was over there, as well as Marco Rubio will be hearing it. Welcome, my friends, to the Valentine's Day edition of the Saturday morning extravaganza. Your Saturday morning vibe. Have a cup of coffee, maybe a chocolate with us, or whatever suits your fancy on this Valentine's Day 2026. Indeed, a happy Valentine's Day to all. The government, your government, is shut down partially. I'm sure that it is impacting you already. The Department of Homeland Security ran out of money last night. Democrats left town. They are demanding that ICE agents and others working to secure this nation's law enforcement stance be unmasked, that they be subject to attacks, the kind of attacks that happened last night in Los Angeles, yesterday in Los Angeles. For those of you that don't know about that, let me get phone numbers first. 800-848-9222 is how you reach us. 800-848-9222. Coming up on today's program, Princess Diana will be with us. Looking forward to that. Also, America's small caffeinated mom, Rhonda Schrock, will join us later in the program. We have an announcement about Lizzie. Lizzie has taken on another assignment with Red Apple Audio Networks, and that new assignment for Lizzie, we congratulate her, requires that she will no longer be here during the early morning hours. Her hours have changed. She sent me a beautiful note yesterday, and I responded, of course, just telling her how much we all love her and congratulate her on her new assignment. So I think in the second hour, what we will be doing, for the foreseeable future, we don't know just yet. We're figuring out, but it's a great time for us to delve into some of the sound bites that I never get to. So we are considering doing that for today's program, and we'll make a decision as we go on. You know, this is radio. We do it. We figure out new things and figure out what works, what doesn't work in terms of what you like, hopefully, and what you find of interest. So, now, 3 federal agents yesterday were injured with a clash of protesters in downtown Los Angeles. How did this happen? It happened because scores of students walked out of their classes to protest Donald Trump's immigration policies. Between 200 and 300 students. I think we're talking high school students here or others. They went outside the Immigration and Custom Enforcement building. Students let out of school. Students that you and I as taxpayers help support. Students walked out of school, decided they wanted to have a Friday protest, gathered in front of a federal building, and then some in the crowd began throwing objects at law enforcement. One officer was hit in the head, an ICE officer with a rock. 2 Federal Protective Services officers were also injured. One hospitalized with a concussion, the other cut over the eye. So far, no arrest of these students has been made. Assaulting federal law enforcement is a felony, a federal crime. Anyone who assaults or obstructs law enforcement will be prosecuted. Secretary Ice Barbie said. Los Angeles Police Department previously said the protesters were fighting with federal agents on Alameda Street between Tempo and Aliso when agents were injured. The suspects accused of attacking the ICE agents then blended into the march. There should be, and I hope there is, video. You know, the same kind of way that they used to track down people after the J6 incident. All stops should be off. Everybody, every one of these students that skip school to go and protest should at least be identified. And the ones that assaulted agents should be found, prosecuted, put in jail with no bail. Well, okay. Meanwhile, the closed now because the Democrats have shut it down. The DHS, now part of the third government shutdown, the Democrat government shutdown because they don't like law being enforced. And by the way, the Democrats, this is exactly what they want. Can we just be honest about it? Or this is what many of us think they want would be a better way to put it. They want these confrontations. This is why they're demanding, no, we want to know who these ICE agents are. We all know that these ICE agents have been doxxed. We all know that their families have been threatened. We all know that many of them have been threatened. We saw what happened when ICE first went into Los Angeles, the riots in the streets, people even throwing boulders down onto the highway, the out-of-control riots. Why do Democrats insist that ICE agents have the ability to be recognized by their protesters? What is the obvious conclusion that we're supposed to draw? You see what's happening here. The obvious conclusion that many of us draw is that they want to intimidate ICE into stop enforcing the law. They figure if these ICE agents fear that their families are going to be doxxed, that their families are going to be assaulted by these same types of criminals, that they can get enough ICE agents to say, we're not going out there and dealing with this. They want illegal immigration at all cost. And so if it means that ICE agents' lives have to be threatened, if they have to be injured or hurt, the Democrats don't care. Their collateral is what many of us believe. They are just collateral damage. Imagine this. You, taxpayers, we pay our taxes to help support these public schools that in some cases, especially in Los Angeles, let's be frank, have been overrun with people that don't even belong inside the United States legally. And now they let these schools out, these kids decide we're going to go out and we're going to go become a little militia and attack ICE agents. And anything that you try to do with these states that have declared sanctuary and these cities, which is against the law, which should be against the law, anytime you say, okay, look, we're going to stop funding these cities, we're going to stop doing anything that you do as a government to try to take control back from these hateful leftists who don't want the laws of the land enforced, anything you do, you immediately run into roadblocks in the court system. And that is just something that is just unbelievable, because it seems that the decks are stacked against law enforcement. The decks are stacked against trying to enforce American laws. As for this shutdown, keep it shut. If they want to, here we go again. There's another article today in one of the mainstreams about the TSA agents and their plight. The TSA agents didn't ask for this, and here they go again being up. Yeah, this is what Democrats do. Shut down the government again. And yes, the TSA agents will be affected. FEMA will be affected by all of this. One thing that I would do is, if you guys are going to shut down TSA, I would make sure that this time Democrats feel it. Feel it. You know, spring break is coming. And in spring break, you can use algorithms to figure out where the spring break crowd usually goes. If TSA has to shut down because Democrats don't want to fund it, make sure that if we're going to close down portions of the United States air traffic, that their air traffic, as much as possible, does not affect people who are actually productive and trying to make the country work. Let's start with making sure if we have to stop flights, make sure that those spring break flights are first on the list. Start there. As for FEMA, I don't know how despicable Democrats can be to actually shut down the people, the first responders to natural disasters and others. What has to be in your heart to do that? They're not affecting ICE. ICE is budgeted, thank you, the big beautiful bill, for the rest of the year. So their fury at ICE is not even going to be a central issue with this shutdown. ICE is still funded. They're hurting other aspects of the federal workforce in order to prove a point. And I would suggest that this administration just stand firm. I don't care. If this is what they want, let them bear the brunt of it. Keep it, no deals with these, I don't want to call them what I want to call them. No deals. No, you're not going to learn the identity of ICE agents so that you can harm them. No, you're not going to stop the enforcement of law. No, you won't. Tell the Democrats to go pound sand on their latest demands.